Hello, nurse. That's a Animaniacs reference. Anyway, guys. Hey, everyone. How's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you today with a Veve OMI update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. We love y'all. Everyone say hello to Dashie. Hello, Dashie. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. Oh, what do we got here? We got quite a bit going on. So we'll start off with the tokens as usual, and then we'll get into the deep Veve news that we have. So we'll start off over with the Bojack. Bojack has gone up another 6% on the day, so it is finally back over that $500,000 market cap at to $506,000 market cap. So hopefully that can keep going. I mean, hopefully it doesn't. I'd like to buy more. I have about a $500 billion of them, about 500 billion. So again, I'd like to buy more, but there's a lot of other things that I really want to buy as well. So and more of which we'll get into. So wherever that goes doesn't really matter to me. Grumpy Cat, on the other hand, down at about 6% on the day, has a $1.1 million market cap right now. It does tend to trade between here and 1.5. Again, same thing. I would like to get a little bit more. If anything, for me, I'll probably go into more Bojack before Grumpy Cat, just because I've already put about 7,500 into Grumpy Cat. It would be good to dollar cost average down here, but with the Bojack, I only put about 1,500. Would like to put a little bit more in. Just if I'm working on both projects, I'd like to have them both equally. But again, that's just me. Grumpy Cat having 113,000 in volume, very nice, which is, again, $113,000 in volume with only a $1.1 million market cap. OMI has about 7 times volume at a $713,000 market cap, but $169 million market cap. 713,000 in volume, 169 market cap. Only down about 0.7% today, still at 00062, so it's been trading between the 00060 and 00064 in between there. For me, this would be a good accumulation period. I do want to get more, but them mighties though. And again, we'll get into that. So first, I'm just going to kind of compare this to the rest of the market, see how it's doing. Bitcoin, pretty flat on the day, down about, or up about 0.1%. Ethereum is down 2.2%. BNB down 0.4%. Solana down 1.7%. Lido Stake down 2.3%. Cardano up 5.4% on the day. So OMI's kind of even with the market, outperforming half, not out, being outperformed by the other half. So not a crazy day for the markets. Bitcoin is at the 43.9. It was close to 45 yesterday. So again, nothing really crazy over here. So yeah, we'll start off with from yesterday. We had a talking about the mighties. I was really super excited about that. Still am, and I went and asked Veve today, hey, we have our new mighty set, which I'll go over in a second, but just to show you guys that the set, if you go and take a look at it over on the drops on the app, it says Series 11, and if you go to the other Marvel Mighties, the last two that we had were not Series 10. The last two that we had were just random ones. You had to have the Thanos Copter recently, and then the Guardians of the Galaxy Adam Warlock. They did not have any series attached to them. But if you go to the one previous to that, it is a Marvel Mighty's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 10. So I'm not 100% sure why some are series and one is not. So the Deadpool Chimichanga Truck, not part of the series, and the Marvel Mighty's Thanos Copter, not a series. So those are both vehicles. I could kind of understand, oh, vehicles are not part of the main series, even though Thanos is actually in one of them. And there's actually another, the Deadpool is in the Deadpool Chimichanga Truck. But with Adam Warlock, yeah, it's not part of the main series. I think he was supposed to be part of Guardians of the Galaxy, and he was actually, I think, supposed to be a secret rare at 1.2, but I guess I just didn't want 3 secret rares in one set. So anyway, today we got some big news. We'll go over a bunch of these today. Probably should have made this its own video. Certainly going to be long enough. But we have the original Marvel Mighty thing that we had yesterday. We have all of the mints and all of the dates. So here, the Falcon and the Scarlet Witch, they're both uncommon at 2,600. And so these are $15 per. You have the Falcon, Scarlet Witch, you have War Machine, you have Vision, you have Nick Fury, and you have the Winter Soldier. So the Winter Soldier and Falcon are not first appearances because they are in the Captain America version of the Mighties. Those are the first Mighties that ever came out. I do expect these to do a little bit better because Falcon, even though, yeah, 2,600 editions, which means 2,510. Okay, well, what's up with that? Why are we getting so many editions? Guys, be advised, that's not a lot of editions. That's actually the lowest amount of any Marvel Mighty uncommon ever. This is the lowest amount at 2,510. And now I understand that Falcon is not a first appearance, but the last Falcon we got was 28,000. I repeat, 28,000 of him. So that is a good 11 times more supply than the supply that we have right now of 2510. So even at 15 gems, I do expect this to go and be at least 8. Because again, it is the cheapest, or it's not the cheapest, it is the scarcest and rarest uncommon Marvel Mighty that we have. And for Scarlet Witch, who's just, Elizabeth Olsen is mommy goals AF. She's over also 2510 uncommon. You're going to be able to go and venomize both Falcon and Scarlet Witch. I'll get to that in a second. War Machine, 2200 rare. Same thing with Vision. Those are pretty scarce as well. Nick Fury is actually one of the only ones in this set that is not record breaking. Nick Fury is 1500, and he actually ties. No, he doesn't tie. That's disregard. I was thinking of the secret rare. Beta Ray Bill is about that, but the only other ultra rare that beats out Nick Fury is Namor, and Namor, they call him Namor in the MCU. I really don't like that. Nick Fury is much more popular in the MCU for like today's kids and today's young adults than Namor, who's really only had one movie that he was in. And then Bucky Barnes, Winter Soldier, 900 means 810. So the only ones that have less than him are Cosmo, the dog, and then you have Rocket. So Rocket's a bit more popular, but Bucky, he's been in like 9 movies so far. He's almost at his 10th movie. And then he had the Falcon Winter Soldier project that he did as well. So again, I'm going to focus on Falcon and Scarlet Witch because we got X-Men coming. Oh, was my video yesterday right? Or was it right? It was right. So just going up and saying, okay, you see Beast from the X-Men, you see Scarlet Witch, you see Storm also from X-Men, and then you see Falcon. They are venomized, and then you see a Carnage down there. Now this is all concept art. We're not 100% sure what they're going to look like. I would say the Scarlet Witch and the Falcon are probably pretty close to what they are, just because we're going to get those over on Sunday. Now for these, what are these? What are the symbiotes? Let's break it all down here. In the next 4 sets of Mighties, count them, 4 marshmallows. I know I do the SpongeBob marshmallow joke all the time, but I love it. Anyway, so we have 4 sets. Now in this next one, we have 6 collectibles in this particular set. I don't know if they're going to be 6 collectibles for each set. That would be 24. That would be a lot, but this one is going to be Avengers. There's going to be an Avengers Part 2, and there's going to be an X-Men Heroes, and then there's going to be an X-Men Villains, which is absolutely bananas. I cannot wait for that. I would kind of think that Scarlet Witch might be one of those X-Men villains, but she's not. She's part of the Avengers. And the reason why I said that is because if anyone reads the comics, she speaks the words, "No more mutants," and wipes out the entire mutant race. When you had the Avengers fighting all the X-Men, the Avengers were really, really outclassed because the X-Men had so many super mega powerful people like Storm, like Magneto. Oh my God, Magneto and Professor X. Those 3 in general could take over and destroy a planet. Any one of them could take over and destroy a planet. So again, the Avengers were a little outclassed, and then Scarlet Witch, Magneto's daughter, went in and helped and just spoke the words, "No more mutants." That's how powerful she is. Helped defeat the Phoenix Force as well. Anyway, so you are going to have multiple different ways to go get a Carnage and a Venom first appearance. Now, those are going to be big static statues. Those are going to be really, really big. So before I go and let you know how to get them, which you probably already know by now, how much would you pay for like a really, really good-looking Venom or a really, really good-looking Carnage statue? I mean, that Secret Rare Spider-Man was $400. I think the Black Panther was $400, or maybe that was $250. Loki Secret Rare, I think, was $250. There's just, I would say, for a really, really good, and again, Alligator Loki really only had one thing that he was in, although we will get him back at some point. I promise you. I feel like Qui-Gon Jinn. You will become a Jedi. I promise you. Anyway, this is going to be, well, let's get into it. I just bear in mind that question, how much you would pay for that, especially if it's scarce. I'd pay probably a couple $100. Anyway, we go and we talk about the Venomized Mighties. 2 Mighties in each of the next 4 drops will be eligible to be Venomized, which is a process in which your Mighty can combine with a symbiote crafting material to create a Venomized version of the character. And be advised, it's not like you craft this and then you have to burn Scarlet Witch or burn Falcon. No, you go and burn the symbiote, And then the symbiote becomes the venomized version of what you get, which is really cool. So again, all of these mighties are going to be $15 at the start from the store. Scarlet Witch is probably going to be at retail or above, just because, again, these are the scarcest uncommon mighties we ever got. So let's say you get her on the drop, $15, cool. Be advised, if that entire drop sells out on Sunday, that's $170-ish thousand to Veve. I can't do the math right now, so it's just an estimate, back of the napkin, back of the head math. But yeah, $170,000, which is bananas. We don't know what the other ones are going to be yet. We just know a couple of them, and how many characters they'll be. But anyway, you're going to need Falcon and Scarlet Witch to be venomized for this one. For the next one, you're going to have X-Men Heroes. Beast and Storm can be venomized. So we're not 100% sure what the X-Men Heroes are going to be or when we're going to get them. I'm hoping it's not till next year, because I'm going to drop like $1,000 on these. I only dropped about 100 on a Thanos. I did wind up getting a sub 100. One of them I just got for 69. Everyone comment nice down below with the 69. For 69 gems, and then the other one I just got off the drop. But these are a lot of first appearances, and they're just, oh my god, I can't wait. You have no idea. I have 101 sub 100 Marvel collectibles. Most of them are Marvel Mighties, just because I love them so much. And then you have the occasional Loki in there as well. Anyway, and then you have Marvel Mighties Avengers Part 2, and then Marvel Mighties X-Men Villains. So all of these can be venomized, or at least 2 of those will be venomized as well. So after all 4 of the Mighties drops above have been released, a symbiote crafting material will be released. And here's how you do it. It's not going to be, okay, Chavez, that's 8 of them that we have to get. So that's 15 times 8. So figure, okay, that's 120. And then how much for the crafting material? Well, the crafting material is another $15 times 8. Okay, well, Chavez, that's $240. And then it's $50 to go and craft the actual Venom or Carnage collectible. So you say, like, Chavez, are you telling me that it is going to be $290? Well, yes and no. It depends really on how much you want to go, and if you want the Venom or if you want the Carnage or both. So the Carnage, what you need to do is take the Venomized Falcon and Venomized Scarlet Witch from Avengers Part 1, and then a Venomized Beast and Venomized Storm from Marvel Mighty's X-Men Heroes. So those are only 4 that you have to do. So that's 60, and then if you want to get the crafting for them, that would be another 60 just for the symbiotes. So that would be 120, and then 50 for the Carnage. So that would be 170. So it's 170 for those. And then afterwards, you could just go and sell everything. If you didn't like the Mighties, if you just wanted the actual collectible, you could sell the rest of those and, let's say make back, I don't know, I want to say at least your money back from the Marvel Mighties, the non-venomized ones. I would say, so 60. So it would probably cost you around, I'd say less than $100 in order to craft that really cool Carnage one. Now, again, Venom would be the same thing. So it's 170 per just to craft, but just to get that Venom or to get that Carnage. But again, you can go and resell if you don't like the Mighties once you get the rest of them. And I will be there to scoop them all up, especially those sub 100s. And like I said, that Venom path is just if you didn't like Carnage for whatever reason and you just wanted Venom, 2 Mighties from the Marvel Mighties Avengers Part 2, and then 2 Marvel Mighties from X-Men Villains, which I'm really shocked that they chose Venom to have those crafts and the Carnage for the other ones, because it seems like you would want the X-Men Villains, like villain, to go and craft the Carnage, and Venom is kind of like, yeah, he's villain, but also kind of an anti-hero, depending on how you go and view him. Anyway, it all looks really heckin' cool. Anyway, moving on. So there has been I think Live in Aloha did a video, and if you go over onto Veve's LinkedIn page, you go and you see, I'm going to see if I can pronounce this, Jasna Trachevska. Trachevska? I don't know. I'm going to just show it to you, and then you could make your own conclusions on how to pronounce that name. Anyway, pronouns are she, her. Building products with blockchain technology. Veve is the Faculty of Computer Science and Engineering, Skopje. Lives in the Balearic Islands in Spain. So again, this is all public. It's not any like doxing or anything. It's all public on her public LinkedIn profile, saying, in over a decade in IT, I know how to deliver fast with quality, reach CI and CD, use automation wisely, and optimize efforts, see the big picture, prioritize, evaluate, and hypothesize, and test early make data-driven decisions, lead teams with empathy. And then later on, she goes and says, industries I have worked in: real-time communications, finance, pharmaceutical, tourism, fund management, and retail. Passionate about building great products. Working environments, I love agile, creative, human. The certifications are ISTQB foundation level, ISTQB advanced level test analyst, ITIL, ISO, IEC 20,000. I'm not 100% sure what that all means. Anyway, but the experience outside of Veve has been from Candy Digital. The contract was for 10 months, project delivery manager on behalf of IO builders, and technical product owner on behalf of IO builders as well. Then you also had technical product owner for IO builders full time. That has been the last 2 years and 1 month. So it's just been for the last 2 years. That's a continuation. And for Veve, the technical product owner on behalf of IO builders, it's a contracted job. It's contracted out. Obviously, anyone that's not in New Zealand will be a contractor. So she is product development for the OMI utility program. So she is for OUP. And again, she does quite a bit. So from Microsoft Academy, has her CCNA 1, 2, 3, CCNA 4, Cisco networking, CCNA 1, 2, 3, and 4 for Cisco networking. She has it there twice for some reason. And then faculty computer science and engineering. It's a BSc in program engineering and programming from 05 to 2010. So again, just seems to be like a lot of experience, and it seems like she might be the head of the team for the OMI utility project. I don't know exactly how many people they hired for that. I'll say 6 to 10, maybe 7 to 12. I don't know, somewhere around there, but seems like a pretty good, solid lead. Comment down below all your thoughts. So Veve also announced their mints for Lambo today, and the mints for Lambo were fine for the most part. And then you have the secret rare. It's like, whoa. This is the Lamborghini 350 GT, and for the rare, the rare is priced at $70. All of these are priced at $70. There's 1,200 of those, which means 1110. Then there's the ultra rare at $964, another ultra rare at $964. Again, $70 is a lot, but the secret rare has only 120 mints. They're not keeping 90 like they normally would, but they are keeping the first 40. So there's actually only 80 mints for these. This is the scarcest vehicle we have, aside from that Aston Martin 107. This is absolutely bananas. So a couple of people have been posting about this. With OMI Watcher had gone and said, hey, this is a whale transaction alert. OMI Watcher just goes, and every time there's something big, usually above 50,000 or more, 50,000 US dollars worth of OMI or more, move from one wallet to another, that has a bot that tracks it. And this one, there was 83,749 51 million OMI, or $53,400 worth of US dollars, went from one of David Yu's wallets to a wallet on Etherscan rank 189. Not 100% sure what that is. It could have just been another one of David's wallets. It could be an exchange. It could be a licensor. We're not 100% sure who owns that wallet, but it was ranked number 189 on Etherscan for OMI. So comment down below all your theories. I would really love some FUD here. I would love to buy OMI in a much, much cheaper price, even though it's already pretty cheap. It's already a good accumulation price for me. Again, I can't tell you guys what to do, but for me, I'm pretty happy with the price that it is. But if anyone wants to FUD and try to bring it down below the 0006s, by all means, let me buy in cheaper. Eagle Eyes posted over in the Discord today. It says I think this is only for master collectors. Well, I'll say it anyway for the master collectors that are on here. This is a reminder to enter our giveaway for Kiwi tribe status. Below is the Kiwi you will receive. Not 100% sure what that is, but I reacted anyway. Just, I don't want to miss out. So some other things, what other people are doing. You have Jordy Danjans that's saying the secret rare, talking about the United States postage stamp for the most recent drop, saying the secret rare will be so scarce. Only 236 will be available on the market. Saying he bought 10 sets of these. He really thinks that it can go above 60 gems. And according to my calculations, even 90 gems for this one, which is only 236 of them, could be available. Says, let's see if I'm wrong or right next week. And I think the crash of the ultra rare will be less hard because not many people hold him. So let's just go take a look at that real quick. If you go and take a look at the 1938 James A. Garfield, and you take a look, it is pretty scarce. There's only 855 editions. And do the minus 90, it's 765. And then if you take the 526 and you minus that out, that's about 239. So there's three more have sold since then. So yeah, that could be pretty scarce. But to get one of those right now, it's $51. To get the next one is $53, then $59, then $69. Everyone comment nice down below for the second $69 of the video. So yeah, it's a fairly thin floor. And again, I do believe these will go down a decent amount once the airdrops come, but who knows? So I know I threw a lot at you guys for the Marvel Mighties Venomized, but Veve goes and say, join us on Spaces tomorrow on Thursday, December 7th at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a breakdown of the upcoming Marvel Mighties Symbiote. And when I went and they said it's a lot to take in. Carnage and Venom will be the first, will be full premium first appearances. They will have a space to discuss. So when somebody went out and said, I went out and said, oh, I can't wait for this alpha. And then whoever it was, maybe Alex, says, is it alpha if it's already on the blog, question mark, with a Rodney Dangerfield, like, oh, what is he talking about? I said, well, I'm going to ask about stuff not on the blog, specifically one of which, why is the most recent Thanos copter, why is it not part of the main series? Why is the Chimichanga truck not part of the main series? And why is Adam Warlock also not part of the main series? He's a person, I feel like he should be part of it. Anyway, that's just one of the questions I'll ask, but I guarantee you there'll be other ones because there is a lot of misinformation out there. Also, if you go and take a look at the actual cars, at the interactive Lamborghini 35 GT, it looks like, oh, hey, what's it in and what's in the background? And Veve Official says, well, if I were to guess, it looks like a sky, some trees, and a roof of a garage, meaning that what's likely there is probably the Veve-verse. Like, it's probably our garage in our home space in the Veve-verse. Hopefully we get those soon. Anyway, we have MMA Orbit, which has over 50,000 followers, saying, Mitchell steps in. Josh Emmett, who has a gold-silver Veve logo, he is part of the Veve fam. Josh Emmett will take on Bryce Mitchell at UFC 296 on December 16th. So I really can't wait for that. Super excited. I'm going to put some money on him. I think we should all put some money on him. I am not encouraging gambling. What? Anyway, moving on. So Miss Deuce G, I forget what her name was before on Twitter, but it's now she's going by @Neo_Dia. Dia spelled D as in Delta, I as in India, Y as in Yankee, and A as in Alpha, saying, hey, Veve fam, MDG here. I'll be reintroducing myself and debuting this new handle tomorrow, so come join us and let's talk Marvel Mighties and Symbiotes. So I would, if I, were a betting man, it would be, hey, didn't someone just get fired because their previous, didn't someone just get fired because their account had some previous things, some skeletons in the closet? So obviously I feel like a lot of people's that work for Veve, that's going to be like kind of one of the faces of the company, will have to go and make a new Twitter, which I think does kind of defeat the purpose of it. I do think you would want to go and say, hey, if you have thousands of followers, go and keep that account and maybe just delete some of the stuff that you think could be not so good. But anyway, that's just kind of my assumption on that. I could be wrong. There could be another reason why Diana's going and reintroducing herself. But, maybe that's someone one of y'all can ask. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. I love you guys. Goodbye. Meow, 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 meow.